in response,
prison, right?
in response to your note, I would ask, what do you get when you cross a hippopotamus, an elephant, and a rhino?
Hell if I know.
Hell if I know. Yep. I honestly do not remember at all if we were supposed to wet work somebody. I know that was the previous campaign where
Who's
we went
Major?
to the gas station.
Major
Um,
Cast. Have
but
we,
This
have
one's
we
going
done
back to
something
the old
since then?
prison.
We haven't done
Nope.
anything
Oh,
since then.
It's been a full month.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
basically the mission since then, Golda, was some bad rules resulted in some rebels being apprehended. We are the mission that we are going on now is to break them out, and it was out of the facility that we previously broke people out of. Now, my question
shit.
was it? And I think this got answered. I think it was the second time where we got the Jedi Knight out of. It wasn't.
Correct.
And that first one, now I'm thinking that first one wasn't even yeah, that's right. That wasn't a breakout mission. That was something else. So yeah. So it's this facility where we freed the Jedi and we killed the head of the station up in the top, and yeah.
And you had the
Which was
traitor
the
that
main
you
mission.
discerned that was not a traitor, and you did not fall for the trap.
Yep.
Correct. But the people we released was not even on the radar. That just
Right.
happened to happen.
Yep.
That was gravy.
Yeah. Like, oh, looky here what we found trying to hide from all the shit going on. So, yeah.
So on that note, unfortunately, the next 2 weeks, the next 2 Tuesdays, I will be unavailable. Actually,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, we better get these people knocked out of here
Yeah.
tonight.
It's all or nothing, or big long cliffhanger.
Because we can't do it without our computers slicing.
Yes.
As
So
all
I
of a
will-
sudden, she will roll
will be-
poorly and blow a fuse.
I will be prepping for costume college and
Yep.
coming back from costume college on those days. So, yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, in Empire Strikes Back, when C-3PO goes through the hallway and explodes into, arms, legs, and torso, that was in fact because C-3PO's player did not make it to the session.
I'm doomed.
There you go.
I'm doomed.
And the GM said, I can't work with this, I'm carrying you, and the character sheet was ripped into 5 pieces. But thankfully, Chewbacca's player picked up the pieces and put them in their character folder and carried the character sheet with them.
What is this wind all of a sudden? Good Lord.
Yeah,
So,
it came out of nowhere.
So Jim, how about that there pool?
Oh, you'd like that cleared out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, It's helpful. I can't remember. Did we get new identities and all that stuff yet, or?
I haven't even done that yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think so. Didn't think so.
Oh, look at Britt bringing in some light side points.
Ooh,
Oh my
look
god,
at that.
I actually rolled. What? I almost always get dark points.
You and me both. David is a very, very light side evening.
Yeah, somebody's got to roll for me. Sorry.
So far, it's
Almost home.
I can totally roll for you if you want, or you can wait till you get here.
No, go ahead. I trust you. As far as I can throw you, which isn't very far anymore. Getting too old.
Let's sneak here into your character sheet.
five to 3.
Wahahaha! 5 light side to 3 dark side.
So I rolled dark?
You rolled a single dark tip.
Yep.
Of course.
Hey, I rolled 2, so don't worry. I'm
You're
right
in
there
good
with you, bud.
company.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I don't think I've rolled a light side since I've become a Jedi. Just saying.
Well
The
done,
guys
well
straight
done.
tell you something.
That just goes to show
So,
that the conflict is coming out in its own special way.
I was gonna say. So what I'm hearing is the force is strong with this one, just in the wrong
Right.
direction.
Right? I fight the conflict every day.
He usually loses,
Yeah.
but then
What you talking about? I've been good, mostly. Dark for good reasons. So yeah, we need some new identities because I definitely can't go back as the other guy because that um, um, guy was a Jedi. Damn it! What the hell? Fucking Imperial officer have been a Jedi all this time,
Who knew Jedis use those kind of deceptions?
right? Yeah, that's got to have their head spinning.
Untrustworthy.
Have the Jedi
So,
returned from their dark
Kelly,
place?
yes,
you want to start making us some new IDs?
I think I can do that.
Oh, hey, before you do that, should I roll a knowledge
Are
roll and
you
get some
gonna
blues?
I wouldn't say no.
Knowledge on that facility? What?
I mean, in here,
Mr. Jim,
just because you have inside track, I'll go right back to that map. So you can
are you
totally.
ready
so-
for me to make my knowledge roll?
Is that going to be a hard 3 purple?
I think it is a 3 purple, yes.
Okay, I got 3 purple sitting there. It's almost like I knew you would be rolling something like that.
I think I can just confirm, but let me double check.
It's okay. It's not like you use this ability every game session.
What?
Yeah, hard knowledge. So
Your pool is ready.
pool is ready.
And you work hard to get those experiences. I mean, you might as well put them to work.
True that. I get 4 blues.
I am.
Why you gotta give me the blues with your 4 blues?
So since I have previously made that system my bitch, do I get an extra blue?
You actually do not, because
Why?
as you
Security.
contact
Because
the
you previously
security,
broke into it, and so they've re-upped their security.
they have completely wiped all of the previous protocols and completely rebooted everything in the facility.
Because as I
Damn.
recall, you also had put a bug in there, right? So yeah, they had to revamp everything.
Where
So
it was
it's all your
corrupting the data. Remember, you did that little corruption
Oh, that's
thing where all of
right.
their information would
fault.
slowly get corrupted.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me.
It's all
As-
coming back
As they
to me.
realized
It's all
something
coming
bad
back.
happened at this facility, and ISB completely has retaken over the facility, saying, you know
Uh-oh.
what? We can't trust anyone who is not ISB to be here.
There you go. Now we know what our identity is again.
And the beauty is that these world-renowned terrorists on the HoloNet every like 15 minutes, you're seeing these 6 rebel kids that were caught with the vehicle being shown as the suspected terrorists that blew up the refinery.
I feel bad about that.
Oh yeah, well, you know.
Sometimes it be that way.
As you totally seen one of the interviews where they're just like, we just went to pick up the stolen vehicle with fuel. We didn't blow anything up.
We can't trust you with one thing. What can we trust you with? If you're gonna lie about something.
Okay, so then are we ready for me to make my computers roll?
Roll away, Merle.
And,
So what exactly are you doing first? What is this first computer's role?
the first computer roll is I want to make us new IDs.
New identities.
Make the computer her bitch. No.
Oops.
Okay, as Simi is hacking into the Imperial data files and totally trying to come up with some
Do we
new
want new USB?
USB.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry, USB.
I don't know. Is it USB A, USB B, or USB C?
We're the new USB agents. We're here to inspect. USB. Yeah, we're a new division. We're a brand new division. We supersede ISB.
We also do IT. So do we want new ISP identities, or do we want something else?
I'm sorry, what was the question? One more time.
We want new separate ISB ones since they have increased the security, or
I'd say probably a mix, maybe one or two ISBs and then supporting characters.
okay.
I think if we're going with ISBs, no more than two, because really that should be our face characters that can pull off the bullshitting.
Yeah, we'll have two ISB and then staff.
Yeah, because we don't want to go in with the IT thing again, because that's it'd be like, wait, no, that's what happened the last time.
My upgrade in there.
Okay, so
I upgrade my the extra blue.
Oh my gosh.
extra blue.
Uh-huh.
So why are you getting an extra blue?
I thought Gunter gave me a.
I have not yet, but I can assist you on the computer rolls and give you a blue that way rather than using one of my 4 special blues.
You.
Okay. So whose identity are you working on first?
Well, let's do let's do Prit, because talkie.
And that's one of the
Is it
ISB
liar
IDs.
who lies?
Okay, so go ahead and what are we holding it?
Lashel, you actually have the better talkie, right?
Pretty good talkie.
I'm assuming both of them would
What's
be your
between me and
ISB
Prit?
agents.
One is good at charming, one is good at deceit. They're equal otherwise.
Right.
Okay, because they're going to be our ISB agents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and roll for Prit.
Oh,
Okay, what's the There's
I saw the downgrade there. I mean the upgrade for your
upgraded difficulty.
yeah.
Okay, so you make up Prit's identity, and what is that identity? See, as I put you on the spot.
ISB agent.
Well, what additional fluff do you want to add? I'm buying time for David to log in, and it looks like he just did.
Oh, I'm back in. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I'm on.
So
I'm on
what is
headset now?
what is this identity that you're giving for him? What is his cover? Give us some fluff.
They're to interrogate the prisoners.
Well, I was looking for what is his character's name? What is his history? Give him his motivation. What is
You're
his
gonna have to ask
motivation?
I have
those
been
questions.
up 3:30 in the morning, and I made a reticule today. So, no.
Wow.
Wow.
Backstory or.
I was just looking for he's known for being a bad cop and something like that.
That's not what you asked, though.
Britt needs to give
come
us
up with
that
that.
detail.
Okay.
I have a name. To the right screen here. Here, this is the name of my identity.
Oh, that's a good identity name. Okay, so go ahead and do Lachelle's next.
Okay.
Got a Star Wars name generator up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, but I can re-roll
Yeah.
once per session.
Are you choosing to use that now?
Yes.
If we would like actual successes on there.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a sec.
But yeah, the other Taki should. Yeah, we want a good ID. The lower schmuck's not as critical per se, because I'm going to be a non-Taki of some kind.
Yes, there we go.
Okay. So what would you like for your advantages?
Blue on the next one.
I was about to say, can I do that, please?
Oh, nice, Lachelle.
Oh, Honor Harrington.
I picked this name. I just wanted to fuck with you guys.
Honor Harrington.
And she has an official
automatically win.
interrogation droid that acts like a cat on her shoulder.
That's right.
Nimitz.
So who's the next ID that you're making with your additional blue?
Let's go with Tozen. But not ISB personal assistant. What do you think? Lackey, attaché.
Sidekick.
Lick spittle.
Say like attaché.
walking encyclopedia.
That's very true.
Attaché.
Yeah,
There you go.
attaché. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Hey.
Okay. What do you want for that one advantage?
A blue on your next roll.
No. It's going to be a blue for the next person that rolls, since there's only one.
Yeah, for the next person that rolls, which will be her.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and now
Jim's
we're...
out to get you. Tozen, what's your name?
Hold on.
It was so important for the last few. I figured we should get it from you.
Now foresee me, your made-up identity. What is it going to be?
For mine, we're gonna go with you. FU.
F you too.
FUBD.
God.
FUB? Bub?
B.
Buzz?
No. FU buddy.
Okay, go ahead and roll your computers for your secret identity.
Making a note of the name. Ooh, triumph!
Wow.
Well, what do you want for the triumph?
Well, it has to be computers related, so I still have to roll. No, I still have to roll for
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm liking their suggestion there, though. Take a look at that. See what you think.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, so anyone trying to hack your cover identities will have extra difficulty. Because
Yeah.
if any of you get identified, this would be the time that you'd want to use that ability.
Yeah, because that's
Add a red to any check to detect or identify the character's actions.
This is where the angry hackers will be involved for Simi to deal with. So yeah, this would be a good time to do it. As Simi can totally tell you that security seems to be increased around the ISB agents on the planet.
Just don't get their paranoia. They act like there's a rebel cell acting in this area.
And they had some ISB agents go rogue and disappear.
Right?
Weird.
And
Maybe
some
we
like
paid 'em better.
unknown ISB agents appear from nowhere and disappear just as quickly.
That's what ISB does.
Crazy, man.
infamous for it, in fact.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. I don't know what to tell you.
And what is
Actually, I don't know what to tell you because I'd have to kill you.
And what is the final identity you're looking to make?
It's for Melnock. What is Melnock going to be?
I think in this case, the best thing is I am the enforcer. So, like, if we need a little physical action to get them to speak, I'm the muscle. You know, because you got to beat somebody up every once in a while to, you know, interrogate.
Sometimes it be that way.
So I'm the muscle guy to go beat people up. So basically, the enforcer.
Okay.
So what would your military rank and file be? Stormtrooper Corps?
Sure. Maybe. Because I think they have divisions, like, you know, that are not agents, but there are like other ISB.
Yeah, other members under the umbrella.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could be an old Clone War, you know, or an old clone, but, you know, good at beating people up and keeping them alive.
Yeah, whatever division houses the jackbooted thugs.
That's everyone in the Empire.
Well, you know, the more thuggish of the thugs.
Oh, that would be regional security forces, because the locals are the worst.
ISB, so probably part of, so there's, let's see, 1.4 interrogation personnel. So
I'm assuming you'd like.
Interrogation was the second largest branch in the ISB. Imagine that. And was intent on extracting information from various life forms to obtain valuable information. It claimed 95% success rate in recovering useful data from questioned subjects that ended. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, so I mean, probably part of that division is maybe a senior enlisted scrub.
Okay, and Kelly, for your advantage, are you giving yourself a blue on this roll?
Yeah, let's give us a blue.
Okay, I got you in there.
Look
Look at all these destiny points you now have. You should have no concerns whatsoever.
Other triumph. Nice.
I don't have any concerns now.
Damn. I got a badass reputation for what I do.
So, what would you like for your advantages and triumph?
So obfuscate on the last triumph,
Even
would that
more.
apply to his?
I would give you that you would now be rolling 2 reds in addition to your computer skills, so it would be ridiculous.
Yeah, let's go ahead and make them like.
And I do have a suggestion for 3 of those advantages.
And what's your suggestion?
The identity is an actual real person who is currently undercover, so they're incognito.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, let's go with that.
So you know for a fact in the ISB records that this character is a real person, but he's currently undercover somewhere.
And for the last clue, let's just give the next person to go. Melnock muscle.
Melnock is this Sergeant so-and-so of the ISB known for breaking body parts.
Yeah.
And
But
you're
not
able to
unleashed,
provide him an actual picture to copy. Just remember, your character is extra douchey.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Doesn't talk a lot, but takes care of business. I just do the muscle work.
You've locked down 5 solid IDs with no difficulties whatsoever. I was hoping for at least 1 difficulty later on.
No difficulties for you.
And anyone attempting to identify the identities has to add 2 red on top of your computer skills, which is ridiculous. So it's basically freaking 6 red dice.
Is that all?
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Oh no, it was funny.
It is kind of comical, yes.
These aren't fake IDs. These are our IDs.
Right.
For this mission, Crit is changing her look, so basically going for like Brock Peters, who's played Admiral Cartwright in the Star Trek movies, in Voyage Home and Undiscovered Country.
I'm seeing a lot of despairs there.
That's an example of what a hacker would be trying to open up your disguises. It would not be pleasant.
Despair every roll, which is crazy, but 2 on the one, yeah, that's ugly.
Obviously, these disguises
in there, but
in these disguises, she made sure to go through all the servers on all of the planet,
Because Simi's that good.
Somebody told her that it was going to be hard, and she said, "No, it's not. Hard for you, I guess."
I was nearly being thorough.
She's just like, hold my beer.
As she went through the local ISB commander's fan fiction site.
Ouch.
So you have your cover identities. You remember, and thanks to Simi and Lachelle, have holographic pop-ups of the floor plans of the place. You know for a fact that the prisoners will be held in the detention centers. And Simi can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that there's almost no traffic of the new upgrades to the facility or the new personnel in the facility. But a lot of the old personnel were moved out of the facility. Yes, they totally cleaned house after somebody struck people down with a lightsaber.
That's weird.
Right?
I have heard a lot of bad things about this site. I'm surprised it's even still open.
Fair and thin ice.
It's incompetent is what this is. It's incompetence. Proof that it's hard to get good help these days.
Of course, then comes the question of what is your plan?
But we
So I
plan
think
to
with
win,
our
Jim.
new ideas, we obviously we walk in through the front door, but the trick is how do we get them out of the building?
After some interrogation, we determined that they need to be relocated because of the information they contain, and it's on a need-to-know basis.
And this this location has had previous breaches,
Right.
so
need to know because of
We're moving them to a more secure
jeopardized
facility.
Yep.
Yep, we just don't have confidence in your ability.
We had to first verify that, they had real viable information. So there you go.
Should we try to take them out a back door on top of the, we're moving them to a more secure location? I'm trying to think of all the police shows I've watched where, you don't just walk the bad guys out the front door, you take them out the back.
Yeah, no, we're going to take them out. We want to keep it on the down low in case there's
so we'll want to make sure we have
a rebel
transport
cell watching this place. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll want to make sure we have transport at whatever exit we're planning on using.
Just come in the back door.
It's true. We could always come in through the back door.
Is that what we would normally do? Like, is that how ISB normally behaves?
It's
ISB
ISB,
would
nobody
normally walk
knows.
through the front door.
But it would be a matter if we're coming in the back because we want to make sure that we're not drawing rebel cell attention, because assuming they may possibly know that they have these possibly high value target, so we want to draw less attention, so that's why we're coming through the back. And then when it's time to go, it's like, yep, we're coming out the back, because again, we want to make sure that we're not jumped on the way out by the nasty rebel scum.
All right, that sounds good. Like, I'm just trying to think if there's a way for it to be disputed, it will be. So I want to.
ISB kind of does what they want to do.
That's who you look like, Jeff?
That's what I decided I look like. Admiral Carver.
All right.
This must be in the chat.
Septi's Star Wars.
Aha. Hey, okay. I know who that is.
Change the uniform to ISB, but
He went from Starfleet to ISB.
Yes, but in terms of what does the physical person look like?
All right, I'm here for it.
So once we get them out of the base, what are we supposed to do with them? Has Rebel Command given us instruction in that regard?
In regards to that, you may have forgotten since last time, but Rebel Command gave you the personal choice of whether that you break
that's right.
them
We
free.
get to either wet works them or yeah.
How much of that are you
So
explaining
there's
to
a
the
possibility
group?
that they want us to kill them?
Yes, it is left up to our discretion. Do we just waste them or do we get them out of there?
What
The moral
fucking
quandary.
organization do we work for? That's
Well, I
pretty
think
terrible.
it's more of a if we're unable to get them out safely, rather than let them be. I think that's theoretically what Rebel Command was going for, but
Especially
Even
since
the
one of the
best-
members of this cell does have a connection to your cell, so you could lose your cover if they break.
could unravel everything on this planet. And sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
It's interesting that Tozen is telling you all this.
So
Well,
yeah.
Why would he lie? He's got to have us back him up.
Tozen pretty much emotionless, which is why he is throwing that out there of we do have the option of killing them. Melnock, I will leave it to your discretion.
Right?
Ooh, what kind of command authority is that?
I'm sorry, even the best governments, stuff like that goes on.
What kind of commanding authority is that? The kind of a commanding authority that these guys got captured, and so I'm not really sure I want them as part of my rebellion.
Wow.
If only Tozen knew.
Well, you do realize during World War II, the United States, the Navajo code talkers, they were assigned.
The rule was kill them.
That's what their keeper's job was for.
Yeah, their liaison was there to protect the code.
Yep.
Above and beyond anything else, which meant whatever that took.
Yep. All right. So, any other preparation
American.
stuff?
We don't expect any better.
Hey, it's an actual fact that we always bitch about how much China spies on us. You know what the number one country in the world is for spying on other nations? America.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course you don't.
We don't engage in none of that activity.
No, never.
That's just commie talk there.
Not only do we do it against other nations' citizens, but we do it against our own citizens even.
And we do it against our allies, too.
Yep.
You mean interfere in elections? We would never do that.
Madness.
Right, that's why I expected better from the Empire. That's all. I didn't know I was working for America. I gotta lower my expectations.
You expected the rebels to be better than that.
They're a ragtag cell. So you gotta do what you gotta do to protect the greater good.
Uh-oh, your rebel cell's gonna go total Saul Guerrero.
Uh-oh. I am the greatest good.
Sometimes you gotta make the difficult choices.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're the greater good, sometimes you need the suicide pill.
Yeah, that's not suicide. That's FYI. When you kill somebody, they have not committed suicide.
It will be assisted.
Assisted suicide, oh my god.
They just
Obviously, you'll play it off that the Empire did it to them.
Gets better.
Wow, it's a good thing we don't have alignment.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do is we're gonna get 3 of those pills, and Prit and Lachelle, your job is to make them think they are making an independent choice in taking the pill themselves.
It's an amnesia pill.
My character might be able to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure she could, and I'm pretty sure Jeff could too. You'd go about charming them into it. Jeff would go about deceiving them into it. It's the right thing to do.
This is a special amnesia pill. It'll make you forget everything.
Yeah, it will. Everything, including the fact that you were once alive. Oh, shit.
Here, take this pill. It'll make you one with the Force.
Oh, is this the living force or the universal force?
Yes.
It's an important catch-22.
Yeah. It's a tough job, but sometimes.
Okay. So you guys are discussing around the table, kind of freaking out some of the droids in the back room. You've got your 12% of a plan going. We're going to try to go in the back door if it's available and totally try to get them out. So does that mean you're going to be taking both of your stashed Imperial vehicles?
No, I think we only... Oh, well, they only hold a certain number of people, right? So...
Yep. They're not going to hold you and all 6 members if they're still alive of that group.
Was it 6? I thought it was only 3.
It was 5 or 6.
Uh-huh. So, okay, we're going to need 5 or 6 pills. Never mind 3 of them. Okay. All right. So yeah, we'll have to take both cars.
Okay. Are you guys doing anything to disguise the vehicles so they don't get recognized?
Yes, we're gonna have uh the the stickers that currently are being used on cars. We're gonna do that to the
The vinyl
to the
decals.
vehicles. Vinyl decals. Thank you. Yes.
We're gonna have the best disguise ever.
And is anyone gonna do anything for our non-shape-shifting members to change their appearances?
I get a new paint job.
I was gonna say.
Oh, Jim, we're gonna do up the vehicles like in Johnny Dangerously, where
I was
you go
just
through a
thinking
car
that.
wash.
There's shelf
Yeah.
paper.
Water-based
No, the
paint.
shelf paper. They pull
That's
off
right.
the shelf paper.
Yep.
Mhm.
Tear off the.
The whole car is covered in different colors of shelf paper.
That just
Yep.
dissolves in water.
No, it doesn't.
No, they had to rip it off in the movie, but we want the kind that we
Yeah.
can just dissolve in water.
Because it's super high-tech Star Wars.
It's not a programmable paint job that we can just recode it.
That's going to cost a pretty
I
penny.
mean, if you had the money for it,
Hey,
sure, it
have
could
that
be.
feature?
Gotta work
That's
within our budget here,
pricey.
man.
Was that
Right.
an option?
Yeah, no,
Now-
unfortunately that isn't something in the list, but it'd be cool.
Now, since Lachelle was one of the main talkie-talkie people last time, are you guys doing anything to her to disguise her?
Yeah, she's the big one that doesn't have any changing ability.
You're gonna be walking right in the same appearance as last time, or are
Oh,
you
we
gonna?
could dye her
I'm
hair.
gonna have a different paint job.
So who is
Dye
gonna
her
go
hair.
ahead and do the deception for her disguise?
Dye her hair, put her hair in a bun,
I think deception would fall to Jeff.
or
That typically is my job.
As we have this montage where he starts doing this, we're gonna change your hair and change your color palette just a little in the makeup tray.
we could shave it.
I mean, we could.
Bald chicks in
Grows
Star
back.
Wars are sexy. Just gonna say.
I
Star
mean,
Wars.
it definitely changes the whole look, like drastically.
Yeah. And just like, no necessarily that color stays in this chick's hair. I mean, I could always wear a wig.
There you go. So go ahead and give
Hey,
me your
look at her.
deception for her disguise to see how well it
We
is.
can do a weave.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Put in some extensions
Alright.
to make it butt level hair length because everyone will notice that, and that'll be the one feature they fixate on.
Right.
What will we do to it, Jim?
Put extensions in your hair to make it butt length hair.
Yeah.
So everyone will say, look for that ISB agent with the hair that goes down to her butt.
Yeah.
People are
So-
fascinated with long hair, one way or the other.
What'd she look like? She had a
long hair.
curvy face. I mean, big cheeks.
Remember eyes. She definitely
They're
had
butt
eyes.
cheeks, but
It's what you focus on. So Jeff, go
Alright.
ahead and give us your deception check there for when you do the makeup montage.
All right, here comes the deception.
Like a charm.
Wow. Oh no,
No,
that's
she's
Jim's
the
roll. I
charming
didn't
one.
scroll down.
He's the.
Okay.
As you know, the two of them go off in a room and she comes stepping back looking completely different.
Yep.
Who knew
Hey, good
Brit had
looking.
skills in haircutting too?
A little padding in all the right places can, make you feel like a whole new woman.
So now no one will recognize her. That was the main thing I was looking to see if anyone would
Yeah.
recognize her from last time. Because she was
What do you
someone of
mean you-
importance.
What do you mean you can't just change your appearance? What the heck?
Every 2 days, it's a new face you're wearing.
Just
Oh,
about.
wait. Sorry, guys. I forgot it's you guys. Put the old face back on. Sorry, you solids get confused on that kind of thing.
True.
Alrighty.
Okay, so
Got
you
it all
guys
covered.
have the plan ready. You've got your code words for each other.
Oh,
Code
we got a
Ruta-
safe word?
Code Rutabaga in case things go wrong.
I mean, I feel like when things go wrong is a better descriptor.
I mean, it's not wrong. And Simi can tell you that this facility is actually currently offline on the HoloNet.
Mimi, why is this offline on the HoloNet?
Mm-hmm. It's a good question.
They've had too many problems.
Pretty much,
Well,
Simi,
that's
the only
thing
thing
for
you can
Jim to
say
answer in
is
my
they
mind.
they manually uncoupled the whole building from the internet.
It's Battlestar Galactica.
They've
Manual
realized
system
something
sunlight.
happened. They're not sure if it was an external intrusion or an internal one, so they changed the personnel on site and disconnected the external problem.
Nice.
Hey.
And what
Alright.
time of day are you starting this rescue mission?
Early morning? Like really early morning?
I was thinking late night, early morning. It's
So,
best time to move prisoners.
So Tozen was given the mission at, we will say, 6 a.m. What time are you hitting it?
2 a.m. the following morning.
The following morning?
No,
gotta
we
get-
don't want to wait that long.
You're
We
gonna
don't wanna
give me
wait that
some.
long.
You're gonna give me some interrogation rolls. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's
I'm gonna say kind of time
6
sensitive.
a.m. That's a shitty ass time. Why couldn't they have given it to us at like 8 p.m.? Damn you, Jim.
Because they were arrested in the evening. So Rebel Command said, "Oh shit!" when they got their coffee and their morning news.
We don't want to give them a whole lot of time.
No.
10 a.m.
10 a.m. Okay,
All right, let's do it.
that's
'Cause
definitely
I'm
less
assuming
than.
some time has gone by for prep already. So
Yep. And that's definitely less time than it would take to break one of them. So good. You're making
10
sure to
a.m.
not even let them get the barefoot in the cold prison cell torture.
Mhm.
The only thing they've had is no dinner and no breakfast.
It's the sickle torture.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are driving up in your Imperial vehicles. I'm assuming you're finding some great way of splitting the group up between the two vehicles. Not that it matters, because once you get there, you can walk in together as a group. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, but we come in staggered
Madness. We have
to the parking.
one of the drivers in each vehicle. That's crazy talk.
one of the drivers and one of the talkers.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you get to the security gate at the facility, and good thing many of you have a different appearance, because it's that same security guy that worked with you last time that totally lets you go to get off the base. Only this time he seems very diligent running everyone's identifications, which you know for a fact your identifications will pass even the tightest scrutiny. In this case, he looks and he says, more ISP agents on site. That's just what we need to be more secure." And he lets the first vehicle go. Who's in the first vehicle?
Fine.
Now, was
What
that
order were we?
sarcastic?
That was not sarcastic.
Okay.
See,
Yeah,
that's
he-
how I took it too, and I was like, "Oh, come on! One of our mouths needs to tell him if he better watch himself, or might find himself in an interrogation room."
Yeah, that's what I was kind of like.
So, oh, great, more of them.
I'll drive the first vehicle with whoever's with me.
Okay, and then the second vehicle, how long are you putting of a gap between you guys pulling in? Coming back to back, or are you just gonna spread it out?
I think back to back is okay because we're all going to walk in together anyway. So
Okay.
Yeah, we just getting
what we're
there.
trying
We
to
took
create
different routes.
mystery-wise.
Okay, and as you guys are pulling into the parking lot, you notice that the back parking you were thinking about is currently cordoned off with some pylons that would stop any speeders from driving through. They have a definite increase in security with physical barriers, as well as you notice there's one 3-man cannon set up out there, discreetly covered up after it was set up, so that 3 stormtroopers, and there happens to be 3 stormtroopers standing not too far from it.
So, Jim, I kind of mentioned earlier, but I want to make sure we did bring your standard prisoner transport gear with us, whatever that would be in Star Wars terms, but like, the bag over the head, the handcuffs, all that jazz.
So binders and sacks.
Yep.
Imperial black hoods.
Yep.
Okay.
Paddle prods.
So you can definitely see they've upgraded security since you were here last. Both the physical security as well as the actual just presence there. And you see there's a KX droid at the entrance, and it's totally looking at every face that walks by, obviously doing the face scan thing. Again, you guys feel secure with your identities. So you guys walking in the front door?
Yep, that's how you get in.
Okay, and the KX droid just literally you see his photoreceptors click as he looks at each of your faces. You know for a fact that your photos have been permanently taken, unless somebody plugs into the bag of him. And once you get inside, you totally see lower-ranking ISB agents are in charge of the entryway, and there are very large weapon scanners with little conveyor belts where you're seeing people immediately pull out their data stick, their ID, plugging it in, pulling out their weapon, putting it on the conveyor belt, walking through the security scanner, and then picking up their weapon and putting it back in its holster. Because, yes, there's conveniently some people walking in just as you're walking in. So you get to see the security protocol before you're forced to do it yourself.
Okay.
But we are ISB.
Yeah, you're seeing ISB agents having to do it.
Yeah, they still scan. I mean, even officers have to typically have.
It's like watching a cop go to the airport. They still have to. They don't get to walk in the plane within their hip. They have to walk through the scanner to make sure no extra weapons are being brought in.
Well, this wasn't unexpected.
Are you guys getting in line and doing your business?
Yeah.
I think so. Yep.
Okay.
Ready to get in.
Is anyone carrying a weapon with an energy source that they're not putting on the conveyor belt?
I have my hold-up blaster hidden in my hidden compartment.
Are you risking it?
What do you guys think? Should I have, knowing that we would have increased security?
I would not try to sneak it through.
All right, I would have left it behind or left it in a compartment on the ship.
Well, you don't leave it behind. I mean, you could always take it out like everybody else. Sure, droid with a gun.
What are you worried about?
What's conspicuous about that?
That's true. I'm with the ISB, so...
You did roll amazing, so it could be part of your clearance, as you are cleared for small weapons.
Yeah, and I got the TT-24 holdout that I put down that I acquired off of some Imperial. I forget where we got it, but that, and I have my Soros Sub Stun Master that I put down because that's what I use to help coerce people.
What about that other power source?
Can you be more specific?
I don't have anything that has a power source. It's a standard power source.
But your lightsaber still has a power source in it.
Yeah, Kyber Crystal. That's not a standard power source.
Is it going to show up on a scan?
A lightsaber would, yeah. Even disassembled, it still has a power supply.
But it's got like super daunting
Yep.
checks. So let's see. But I'll put it down with other stuff. So, they can scan it and go, okay, I don't know what those trinkets are, but
Okay, so you guys all one by one go through security as long as you
actually, I'll put the part that has power.
Okay, that's all I'm looking for. As soon as you put that down, one guy kind of like squints his eyes and looks at it like, "What the fuck is that?" I don't know. As long as you step through and you're not trying to sneak through any weapons, that's all that they care about. That's their one job, is to make sure everyone puts their weapons out on the table, and nobody's sneaking anything in with a weapon signature. So you guys basically walk through the security scanner. See me, of course. The bars like all light up, but no weapons shown. And you all can pick up your weapons right afterwards, because it's an armed society. It's a polite society.
Yep.
You guys see another KX droid. It's quite nerve-wracking to see many of those things walking around here. What is this, Mandalore?
Especially those Imperial ones, yeah.
And you immediately recognize the first floor plan. You've been here before. Are you guys beelining to the turbo lift, or are you guys trying to like be nonchalant about it?
We're walking with purpose, but we're not,
We're not
scrambling to
hustling.
get there.
Yeah.
But,
Walking with purpose, but not
walking
hustling.
with purpose because we are here on a time sensitive to assess these new prisoners, if they are viable, and if they are, to get them to a more secure location than this hole.
Okay. So you guys head to the turbo lift. You know right where it was from Simi's earlier little holo displays of, I know right where the lift is. And you guys jump in the lift all together, or are you going to separate?
Well, walk.
No, I
Not gonna
jump.
jump in.
I knew
hit
somebody
your
wanted to jump.
Might
What
hit your
about
head.
me?
True that.
I'm not designed for jumping.
Yes, we were all go together. I don't see why we wouldn't.
I mean, you could always use that as an option for somebody to sneak ahead.
That then draws weird attention.
Right?
And,
Why are you sneaking?
And you all should be recovered from your strain, by the way.
That's
Oh, and let me also.
As I give you a moment to relax. Now, your wounds you probably would still have, since it's only been, the next day.
Was there anyone wounded?
I got 3.
Did you want me to do a medicine check on you to heal up some wounds?
If you'd like.
Jim not being aware, will you allow as a before we got here kind of thing?
I will totally give it to you. And it's only one
For
purple,
sure.
right?
I believe
3 out
so.
of 9. 3 out of 19, probably.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you ready for me?
Yep.
Holy hell.
Wow. What was that?
I mean, I got the success, but
you get
one
one wound back.
That's all right. 2
So,
out of 19. I'll take it.
Well, no, and remember, the next day you would heal 1 naturally, so you only have 1 wound.
Oh, okay. There we go. Well, I'm good. 18.
And you're just really, really not stress free.
Right. All right.
Jesus, look at all those advantages.
I know. Nothing to do with them. That's all right.
And you guys made it into the lift. You feel secure. Your IDs have been like stone. As you get in the lift, you're feeling all super confident and stuff. And then the lift doors go shunk and open. And it's the very familiar scene, except things have changed. There is, in fact, from her uniform, you definitely can tell she is a ISB detention center security chief. There is a KX droid that's immediately identifying all of you guys as he comes by, and you can hear in very, very quiet tones your identification is being, announced. And there are 4 stormtroopers over here.
Looks like a sergeant and 3 flunkies.
And she immediately stands up. She doesn't seem to be like military saluting you, but she's standing up, and she gives kind of a frowny face when she looks at the 5 of you, and she's just like, "May I help you?" before you even get a step off the lift.
All right.
No.
Come
just walk
on,
past
get the
her.
great deceiver.
Yes, I will look her up and with the brief amount to go. Yes, okay, yeah, you're doing your job, but yes, we're here to check out these new prisoners and see whether or not they pose a risk. Move them if necessary, but we'll just need a brief
So since
interview.
they're a high value target
Yes.
or asset.
And-
we need to assess how valuable they are, move them to a securer facility if necessary.
She totally, does the squaring of the eyes. Go ahead and give me your deception, and she's gonna ask for. Was that an upgrade I heard?
Yep.
Yeah, you might have saved them, move them until later, but that's all right.
Oh, we still have 6 of them, so.
And she basically gestures for you and just you to come put your data stick on her desk so she can see your identification. And go ahead and give me that deception.
Here it comes.
Yes.
That's what you needed.
As immediately she looks at your identification, and as soon as your ID pops up, she changes her demeanor. She stiffens and realizes you, in fact, do outrank her in the ISV organization, just not in this facility. And something about your identification definitely twerks her interest. Maybe she's looking for a job upgrade. As she said, I was strictly told that the prisoners were not supposed to be leaving this detention center until they have all been crushed and broken.
Well, I'll make sure that they are properly crushed before we move them, if we even need to.
And she totally gives you this smug smile of Imperial superiority. What do you want your triumph and advantage to be?
Well, I'm going to
That is
give,
a great suggestion.
What was that?
The suggestion on the roll there, that is a great suggestion.
Yep.
Oh, for the triumph, absolutely. It's I always love it when that triumph comes up. So yes, I am absolutely trustworthy. She can believe me.
Okay, and as soon as she gets that instant heartfelt trust, she gestures to the KX droid, and the droid totally gets to a relaxed position and steps back against the wall, becoming just wallpaper basically. And the stormtroopers, immediately relax and stop fondling their carbines. They were totally ready to light somebody up.
With the advantage, I'm just going to give a blue to whoever has to roll next.
Okay. So she basically says, "Sir, do you need an escort to the prisoners?"
I don't think so. I just need my crew, please.
And she immediately gestures for you to put your data spike into her desk real quick.
Yeah, I bet she does. Oh, I mean.
And she looks at you as she hits some buttons on the keyboard. And she looks at you and says, "Sir, this will give you all access to anything you would like." And she totally flutters the eyelids total femme fatale. And if there's anything you need, just tell anyone in the facility that you would like to speak with Security Chief Warden Bosch. And she totally stands very proper and prim. Slight tilt to her head to make a beautiful statuesque pose. And she gestures with her hand to the double doors over here for you and your colleagues to head through.
I will start walking with purpose. Like,
I purposefully walk behind him.
All right, perfect. Purposely walk behind the two of them.
And as soon as you walk through, you see a grisly, torn up looking stormtrooper, figuratively speaking, for his flesh and blood, because when you come in, he actually has his helmet off, and you see he's got a cybernetic arm and leg. This dude looks like he's in his late 40s and he's seen some shit. And he immediately stands up, as well as a security tech in the all black. And you see there's a KX droid that immediately gets into a slight posture. And you notice the KX droid has a carbine on its back. Standard Imperial carbine, ready for duty.
mm-hmm.
I nod very politely to the stormtrooper who has seen some shit, because clearly you've received whatever injury you have in service to our beloved.
And he totally gives you guys the up and down look. He's assessing you guys.
Doing his job.
Who's going to be the first one to break contact there with him?
Break contact or
Well,
make contact?
make either or.
Yeah. And I'm coming through at the end, and as I pass the chickie there, I just kind of glance over and I'm like, make sure we're not disturbed as I walk on through.
And she totally, goes to Eddie's stance. And is it going to be Michelle or Fritz?
I figure Prit's on a roll. She'll look at the soldier and the character and say, "At ease, we're here to talk to the prisoners."
And he is totally giving you the up and down with his one cybernetic eye focusing. Give me your deception. I'm giving you a free upgrade, by the way. And that blue that's floating around.
Okay, here it comes.
Are you going to do anything? Oh, look at you being gutsy. I thought you'd spend another point.
No,
All right.
If I needed to, I might use the my other ability of removing bads, but I think 3 successes is good.
He totally looks past you, and she basically gives a nod through the archway while it's still open, and he immediately goes to Adias and says, "How may I assist our colleagues in the ISB?"
Well, our methods might be a little noisy. If you could keep people outside of the interrogation area.
If you let the guards know at the guard station, they will deactivate any surveillance that could pick up any of your work.
That would be most beneficial. Thank you.
I must say I am slightly disappointed that I didn't get to break them myself. And he totally takes his cybernetic hand and puts it in his real hand, and you hear him crack the cybernetic knuckles.
I just kind of flex and stretch a little bit as we walk in.
I look him over there. You'll get your chance.
So he knows who the person is that'll be working them.
As he identifies, your authority, and basically points, if your colleagues or you need the facilities, the refreshers are over here, and there is a private conference room that you can utilize to the north if need be. I do believe the guard station has a interrogator droid if you need it for medical purposes. In case any of the
We have that covered.
prisoners have any medical conditions that we don't know about.
We have brought our own supplies, but it's good to know that backups are available.
Okay, and he kind of gestures over there, and he's assuming you've got an all-access pass to this door.
Yep.
Everybody following close behind?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
As you get
Maybe
there,
some of us are.
and you put your data pad as Semi is still at the lift, probably scared. As you open the door and see that there are two guards at the guard station, there is a interrogator droid floating over one shoulder, and a at the ready KX droid that when the door went shunk open, he like literally took a half step forward and hand up at the shoulder to pull the weapon off its holster. Everyone seems edgy.
Yes.
Gee, I wonder why.
Based on their last performance, don't blame them.
I will to the droid. Stand down. And to the guards, we will need privacy in our discussion, so please turn off the surveillance.
Bless you.
Okay.
As the
Thank
guard
you.
says, God bless you.
Thank you.
And I will continue walking because I am authorized to do so.
Such attitude. I like it. As the you go to push the door, and as soon as you use your pad on the door, it gives you a yellow light instead of a red or a green light for open close. And the security chief totally here apologizes momentarily, and he basically gets into the comm and calls, and immediately he basically rings over here, and she says give them all access they ask for, and he says confirmed. And he puts the little communicator down and totally clicks a twisty, cranky button, and the yellow light there turns into a green light, letting you know that the door is openable. Apparently, they have started to use a two-person system.
Very good.
Wow, such concepts.
I will let Melnock open the door because I'm
Sure.
as a the administrator of this group. That's I
Wow.
would not be opening doors myself.
Wow. Okay.
Opening doors is like dirty.
Yeah.
Gross.
In space, you don't want to get COVID. Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get the corridor open, the guard signals that he's turned off the audio recording. And you see a familiar group of 10 cells going by 2 by 2, one on the left, one on the right. Each one has a little viewport because it's that kind of cells. As you see that it looks like, just from a quick guess, you see that there's at least 7 prisoners currently in
There's at least 2 dead prisoners.
No, the red dot doesn't mean dead.
Oh, it's on their heads though.
Except one of them.
The red dot
changeling.
means they're bad guys.
That one's dead to me.
One of them is an imposter. Can't be looking that. He can't be looking that good.
Why do you think I put the little incognito icon on it? Conveniently, they're dressed like what you normally would go to your daily job with. So you see the line of prison cells. What are you doing?
This one has 2 in it.
Depends if someone goes up to there to look.
I'm following my superior officer.
Ah, that means what is Prit doing?
Prit is making way so that our muscle can go in and be intimidating.
So as
Well,
Prick
you
comes
gotta.
past the first 4 cells, you see the very first one to the left is empty. But to the right, you see there are 2 people. Obviously, someone is interrogating someone currently as they totally stick a cattle prod like weapon into them, and the person being interrogated just kind of screams.
Yeah, we need to interrupt that and send them out.
Yes.
What do?
We open the door and I look at the digger. What is the meaning of this? I was told that I was going to be the official interrogator here. Who are you?
And immediately the ISB agent turns around and goes over to where their coat was laying, and he slides back into his uniform, takes a second to take a hanky and wipe the sweat off his brow doing his work. I am ISB agent Ermo Danos. Who, and he looks at the contingent coming down the hallway, are you interfering with my interrogations?
Looking back for my name, I am Veldor McCor. I am in charge of these prisoners. Apparently, you did not get the memo.
I was ordered to keep them under wraps in this facility until I get them each to break and to actually stand trial for the 200 lives lost when the foundry exploded.
We'll take care of
Yes, well,
Yeah, that was
we
a
are
lot.
quite we've seen your handiwork, and well, you are a bit crude. We think we can have better luck with our methods.
And he totally just squints his eyes. And interestingly enough, when he gets the last of his uniform clamped down so it's proper, you notice that he's wearing no rank insignia whatsoever. His uniform is immaculate with some small modifications. Like, you can totally tell his uniform is a little thicker than it should be. You're totally thinking some kind of body armor.
Mm-hmm.
As he totally gives you the up and down look. As he says, your name is not familiar to me. Did you come from off-world?
That's on a need-to-know basis. And you don't need to know. You don't have the clearance for that.
Yeah.
Is Phoebe chiming in?
No. I will look at him and say,
Right, I'm worried if I step in and say something that I'm going to undermine his authority, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to not jump in.
Well, you're also an ISB agent and stuff. I mean,
yeah. But Prit will look at me. Our unit is somewhat secretive. I'm not sure that you have the clearance to know of our existence.
And when you say that clearance part, you just see him smirk, and his eyes twinkle. So go ahead and give me your deception roll. You sense that this guy is someone really important, and there's a reason why he has no rank or file on his ISB uniform, just a really nice uniform.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
you
that's
know with
smart.
enough of the Empire that means he's high enough ranked, he doesn't have to put his rank out there.
And
Yep.
I would like to use my super skill. I feel like I've been in this room long enough with this guy
Okay, I
I've
will
been around this guy long
totally
enough.
let you do your super skill. What's the difficulty you need for the dice?
My system is freezing. Okay, there it is.
Does that come with a super suit?
It does. So how many people are in this room? Can you click on which one we're talking to?
This one.
That guy? Okay. So I should be here. I was following them. I thought that I didn't see them move. I'm sorry. I should have been in here.
Yeah, I'm moving, but we're basically, I've probably moved past, but everybody's basically through and we've secured the door
Okay.
here, I'm assuming, so.
I would like, for this guy, I would like to, let me see. I'd like to notice one important detail that this chosen character would prefer to conceal. I would also like to recognize the motivations of the affected participant. And then I'm also going to use leverage and choose one character, upgrade the ability of all social checks once per leverage upgrade against the character until the end of the encounter. And so I have one.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna.
So for your special skill, is there a roll or just a destiny point and it happens?
Destiny point and it happens. And I have the what is it called? I have the thing that lets it be one destiny point instead of two.
Yep.
Let me get back up here and spend this destiny point. All right. And I am focusing a whole hell of a lot on this gentleman.
As all of a sudden you realize you recognize this guy's face.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
As he is the top ISB member on this planet. And by using your thing, you basically know beyond the shadow of the doubt the thing he wants most is to break these rebels or prove, even if they're not guilty, that they're guilty. You get the idea that he is here personally making sure he does his job.
Something tells me he likes to have 100% conviction rate.
Right.
And what was the secret? What is the one detail that I would like that he would not want me to know?
And the one secret that he would not want you to know is that he believes at the moment, with the way he was interrogating this teenager, that he knows they're innocent of the explosion.
Okay.
So with his interrogation so far, he knows these kids did not do it, but they're good scapegoats.
So you used believe and then you use knows. Which one is it? That he knows that this is not the right people? Believes.
For him, it's the same thing. His belief is absolute knowledge. He's one of those closed door types that unless you
in his mind, he is confident that
these buffoons could not have destroyed the refinery and stole a car full of gas.
Okay.
He knew that facility and its security commander. And remember that that body was found, and he realizes that none of these folks here could have done to that guy's body what was done to it. Where he was thrown against the wall and crushed bones.
Okay.
Yeah, who could have done something like that?
Yeah, I know, right?
Cough.
That's weird. Weird that that's what happened.
Must have been a Wookiee.
I'm trying to think of what I can do with this information.
You could pipe in,
because you're definitely going to use your leverage ability, right?
Absolutely.
Which will help.
Basically, pipe in knowing that he is the top person on the planet. So yes, we are from off planet, and because of the reputation of this place, that's why we're here, to make sure it's not botched again.
Yep. So I'm gonna smile at him, and it's a tight-lipped smile, right? It's not an overly friendly or obsequious smile. It is a recognition of his status smile.
A shark recognizing a shark.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's blood in the water, but it's not ours. Right? Like really pretty. I'm trying to make it really clear that we aren't.
You're not to be trifled with.
Right. We are not. Number one, we're not your enemy. We're going to help you get this conviction that you're looking for. But number two, like you are going to need to not mess with
Our methods.
Mess with Vidal. Like Vidal is going to get you what you want. Is kind of what I'm trying to convey. This confidence with my smile.
You totally leverage that all ISB's reputation is on the line here.
Yep, sir. Kind of cock an eyebrow when I say sir.
That's why we're here.
I understand the position that you find yourself in, and I regret that previous things that happened before you joined this particular unit has led to the. I don't even know what the higher ups, like what they're called, with our leaders, our glorious leaders, like whatever, insert appropriate statement here.
They don't really have titles, but yeah. Just high command.
Mild lack of faith in this facility's ability to contain and to successfully prosecute the people that you currently are holding in your cells. We mean absolutely no disrespect to you, to your skill, or to your obvious experience in this field. But I'm going to have to ask you to allow, I have to keep going back because I see the wrong name, to allow Vidal to continue and move forward with this interrogation. I smiled and I'm like, trust that the outcome will be favorable to you as well as to the Empire.
And he kind of like just levels his attention and then totally glances at your partner waiting for his deception roll, and I'm giving you 2 blue, 1 because you got here in those uniforms, which means you've gotten through his gauntlet, which means you must be legit, and another blue because, you know, your wing woman here just set you up for success.
Can I throw him a blue too, just because?
How are you going to do it?
Huh?
He's going to use his things.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to say how he's doing it.
Yeah.
I'll just I'll put a hand on his shoulder. Comforts him.
There you go. I will accept that. And I'm also downgrading the difficulty of this because of your leverageability. So there's 1 downgrade of the difficulty. There's 3 blue dice. Did Lachelle just flip a point, or is that an old one?
That is for me. That's my flip was
Oh,
for
that
me
was
to
your
use
ability.
my unmatched insight.
Yep.
The other one was for Jeff to have a light side destiny.
Okay.
That the advantage thing.
So
I
you
flipped
have
it before I realized that she was coming to help. So.
Hey, no, this is great. She is making it less difficult, and the force is on your side to square this guy who's too sure of himself. You know, this dude's got Grand Moff Tarkin confidence going.
The more you tighten your grip, Tarkin, the more star systems.
And the fact she didn't even realize she slipped into the Corellian accent.
If the pool is ready, I'm ready to roll.
The pool is ready.
Here it comes.
Nice.
Wow. He looks.
You know,
he looks.
But given the where we're at in the night, I think I am going to use my unmatched tradecraft which I will cost me a light side point. I use it as a incidental after we roll, but before tallying everything up, and I will remove those 3 red dice.
Why? You already
Nice.
succeeded
Why?
with
He
advantage.
Oh,
wants-
just because.
He wants to
but
But you might
there's
succeed
still
need it on
15
even
another
minutes
more.
left.
roll.
You don't know what else is going to come up. Why use it unnecessarily?
Yeah.
I can do it twice in a
Oh, okay.
session.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, that's
So
that's
what
okay
does
then.
your ability do? Is it re-rolling or removing?
Removing.
That just removes them.
Okay, so you have 4 successes, which means he is cleaning the sweat and blood off his knuckles, and he will accept that you're saying who you are. And you have 6 advantage. How are you going to spend them?
Suggestions for 6 advantage people?
Well, 3 is basically a triumph.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that. I'm going to use 3 to get a triumph, and I think this guy should also just, trust me.
Okay. And he looks at you, and there's this like super tense moment where the music is ramping up, and both of you are being dead silent to see who breaks the silent first. And then he whips out a clean handkerchief and cleans off his stun rod in a very phallic-y kind of way. As he says, "Very well. I look forward to seeing your technique." And he totally gestures when he says that up to the corner of the cell over here. And you see a very tiny black mirrored marble-ish device hanging up in the corner of the wall there. Immediately you're getting the idea when he says, "See your work," and points to it. He's basically identifying that it's a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And I will leave you to your work to see how off-worlders do it. For the ISB, and he gives you a curt nod, I will prepare the calf and proceed to clean up in the refresher. And you totally see there's like 2 hairs out of place, and he seems, jaded by this. That he seems so disheveled. And he gives a curt nod to please make opening. If you guys will get out of his way, he will walk past you all. Is everyone making a hole?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you do, he proceeds to pick up his stun rod, steps out, closes the door behind him. He assumes that you will be able to open it yourself again, and proceeds to walk off.
Okay.
Past the final security guard, and he basically barks a little barky command to these guys here to make sure they're doing their jobs, because immediately he's wanting to not be embarrassed as he heads off past the stormtroopers, and you hear the second set of doors go whoosh whoosh, and now you know you have the hallway to yourself.
So
didn't we have the cameras in in the holding cells turned off already?
You did.
audio.
The
This
Would-
time
official.
has all this been done.
Would someone like to give me a vigilance or a computers roll?
I will be happy to give you a computers roll.
I can give you a blue for that too.
So, Simi, you're sticking your head into the cell,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a blue there. Go ahead and give me your computers roll. Instantaneously, your data processors pick it
That's
up
a good blue.
from the latest and greatest of surveillance equipment. It's a camera bud, basically used for clandestine surveillance. You have a feeling that that is his private bud, and it's not going to the security conf desk, but going to
Just going
possibly
directly
his
to
own
him.
data pad, so he can review the interrogation later.
But is there audio included on that?
You
special
know for a
button?
fact there is audio, thermal, and pheromonal sensors on the bus.
Oh.
It is super duper sexy tech.
Mm.
And it is also encrypted so its signal cannot be intercepted. Because what's the use of having spy cameras if just any schmo can find them?
So I kind of step partially in the doorway and I assess this guy. How beat up does he look?
This guy looks pretty wrecked. He's got like 3 wounds and 2 strain left. And you see on the ground there's a few empty stims that have been used to bring him back.
Okay. So
Just
I'll
kind
just
of
shake my head.
sloppily tossed away.
I'll shake my head, turn around, and walk out and go. He's too far gone. Or take another one.
Okay, now
You
who's
like to start.
I look at him and just like shake my head, like, took him that far, like whatever. So, and did anybody confirm that these are all the new people?
Does someone want to
just
give me
double-check that.
a vigilance check?
Well, that or ask the guards to verify that all prisoners in this section are the new,
Are you heading back out to the guard station?
I'm not.
No one made that question, however, so we should actually, confirm.
So, do you want to confirm with vigilance or go talk to the guards?
Does anybody have a decent vigilance score? 1, 2, 3 nodded.
I mean,
I
you
have a
do
1
not
yellow.
You've seen many holo vids of them being escorted off and beaten up. You might be able to make out faces. That's why it's a vigilance check.
Yeah, like I said, 1 yellow, so that's not me.
Yeah,
I've got a yellow and 2 green.
That's not bad.
If you want me to try, I can try.
Sure.
If you want, I can throw you a blue.
Right, let's give it a shot.
Look at him cashing those blues in. Okay, go
Right?
ahead.
Yeah.
Give me
You know
your
what?
vigilance
Use an
roll.
upgrade. It's almost 9.
Hey,
That's right.
hey, actually, hey, Jim.
Yeah?
Actually, we don't need to make a roll.
Because we already did it.
Well, then
Get it,
give back
Tozen.
No, we didn't. We don't need to make a roll because we actually brought a dossier with us that had the record for all 5 or 6 of the prisoners that we needed to know about.
Oh, you're gonna use
Tozen
that?
has that skill.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we,
7 minutes left. It's a good time to use that skill.
yep.
Yeah.
So,
you have an upgrade.
So
since
we're checking all
No,
the
I
cells.
don't even need to make a roll. I just do it.
Oh, well
It's
then
just- it's a true
give back
statement.
it's a truth,
give
it's a
back
true
the-
thing. So you know that each of the blue dots are your 5 rebels.
Okay.
What's the sound quality on these cells?
They are meant
he
to
have-
not be heard screaming or shouting between them.
Okay.
Does he have one of those devices in each of the rooms, or just that first room?
Are you gonna go in a room and check?
We're gonna have Simi check. Yes.
You can't.
Right.
You can't check through the door. They're tiny in the
can't.
corner. Do you open the door for her? Which door are you gonna open up?
Let's go to this guy. Why not?
Okay, you guys go all the way to the end, and see.
I'm doing a medical assessment on each of the before starting.
Who's going to be the best person for us to start with?
So you go to the
Logical
bald
question.
gentleman at the bottom here, and you open the door. And you're sending Simi in.
Well, her and I will walk in to look at and quote unquote assess the prisoner.
Assessing the prisoner.
Assess.
But we'll look for more.
Okay, so do me a favor. Both of you give me a vigilance check.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
I can throw you each. Or wait a minute, have I used 2 or 3 at this point? I've used 3, so I can throw one of you a blue.
Nope.
Whoever needs
I
it
don't
more.
throw it to him because mine's, I already.
Okay.
But what are you doing with your advantage? Next person to go.
Sounds like a good idea.
Do they
So
pop
two-
off at the same
so-
time, or
Well, no, she's vigilant, and I'm going after her to tag off of. So
So I'll give you the blue for that advantage. You have 2 blue. Go ahead and give me your roll.
Yep. all right. Wow.
Ouch.
So,
Yeah.
needless to say, as you guys go in there and Simi's wanting to assess this bald gentleman, he's got cybernetic eyeballs. He's like seething with anger. And as soon as the door opens, you guys didn't realize it until a second too late because nobody succeeded on their vigilance check. But as soon as, Simi comes in to assess the situation, he is totally in a blur of motion. He must totally be the Melnock of this team. He bursts up with a piece of the bed that he broke off as a weapon, and he's coming to attack Simi.
damn son?
And just as he's wielding this improvised little spear and getting ready to plunge it into Simi, that's where we're going to say it's a good place to wrap it up there.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, he thought you were Imperial scum. You look like Imperial scum. You're acting like Imperial
Yeah.
scum. He's going to go down fighting. That's his code.
All right. Making
Well,
it,
I mean, that's what we would expect Melnock to do. So
you're making it fun and entertaining.
yeah,
Not going to be a cakewalk this time.
Let's put Simi in the danger zone there.
Right into the danger zone.
danger zone.
All
Now,
right.
of course, this begs the question of So Kelly, you're not going to be available at all the 16th or the 23rd, right?
Correct.
Do we want to skip
Possibly
till
the
the
23rd.
Oh
third-
my gosh.
or do we want to say this guy takes Simi out and make things awkward as hell?
Incapacitate me.
No, I don't want to take Simi out. I would sooner have
Not-
have GM roles being done for Simi than have Simi taken out. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean.
As
yeah,
Simi gets
you-
downgraded to a companion, I have greens, all the greens.
No.
I will use all the greens for you, Master Tozen. So what's your guys' call?
I'd rather wait until Kelly's able to play with us.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Nick,
that point.
she's our partner.
I don't mind you guys two boxing with, or if Jim wants to run me as a, but yeah, and I'll see about the 23rd. I get back that day, but I might be so exhausted from.
Your
Traveling.
travels.
You will not be up for a car ride at that length of time. You need your rest, woman.
I know.
And of course, then it'll totally beg the question of, do we want to do something different on the 16th or 23rd? I might actually be at the office on the 16th and the 19th and the 26th next week.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm game or whatever.
Likewise.
Are you like making money, or are you being forced to work overtime?
It's people are coming in office. Plus, we got the 16th is a vendor coming into town, so they just surprised that one on us. The 19th, the 19th is for VIP in town, and the 26th is for I think a potluck. But they're asking everybody coming because it's a birthday potluck. It's really just a proof of life, but it's like, really? The week before, we're coming in 2 days. You don't need proof of life.
My question is do you have to bring pot or are they providing it?
Unfortunately, we're a national company. We don't accept the state's choice on that rule.
Yeah.
So,
experience points.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Experience points. Since you have been moving like a beautiful coerced team that knows what they're doing, slipping in here to get to these people and doing nothing but the right choices in the right places, I gotta say 15 experience points.
Sweet.
Nice.
As I'll totally put that in the chat.
I don't know if one of those days, I don't know if we're looking to do Dragon's Bane, but that'd be game for that one of those one shots, if that was something you might were considering.
Oh, that's a good point, because of course everybody here's played D&D, so you can play Dragon Bane.
Okay.
It's
I'm
D&D but
gonna
roll
drop,
under.
Right.
guys.
Yep.
All right.
Have a safe
Yeah.
travels and all.
Thank you. I don't leave until next week, but
And
yeah.
are we seeing anyone else on the 11th for Brazilian barbecue?
Dave is coming. You're coming. Kelly's coming. I'll be there. My buddy Landon is questionable. My buddy Mike from the Persian room will be there. My buddy Patrick from the Persian room is questionable. Is anyone else joining us? Like the Golda?
Can we sweet talk the Golda because we miss your face?
What day is it? On the 11th?
It's Thursday.
Yes, Thursday the 11th.
Thursday.
Yeah. Go ahead and put me. No, not Thursdays.
No.
I game on Thursdays in person and everything.
Like people seeing people? That's weird.
People
right? Like
seeing people.
It's creepy. I have to look in their face and talk to them. So.
Right. So when would be the one shot potentially?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop 2. Good night, everybody.
I would say let's say the 23rd, because I don't know if I'm gonna be late getting home on the 16th.
Okay. So nothing next week. Possibly something on the 23rd.
And a Dragon Bane one shot on the 23rd. I'll totally use the free RPG a day adventure they had, and I'll put that into a Roll20 slot because I actually have Dragon Bane's actual thing because it was on sale last month, and I'm like, I will spend $15 to get a pre-made lobby with all the character sheets.
I got a whole bunch of stuff if you need any. I don't know how much you got, but I got a whole bunch of soft copy downloads.
I didn't get
character sheet and other stuff, tracker.
One rank of commanding presence has been purchased. Yay!
Oh.
Yeah, I need 10 more experience points before I can get my next dedication. So
I need 10 more experience points until I can get my new favorite skill, improved commanding presence.
Right.
Nice.
I'm gonna drop. I'll talk to you guys.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
And Jim, I'm gonna put us down for 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock is good.
Cool.
All right.
All right. I will
if you have a second, Jim, I have the the download I purchased had Dragon's Bane adventure cards, an adventure version 2, battle mat, character sheet, let's see, the getting started, improvised weapons card, initiative card, map Misty Vale. I haven't looked at any of this stuff other than the main book.
I do love how
maps.
they use the improvised weapons because the GM at every encounter will randomly pull 2 improvised weapons. My favorite is the pig because all you have to do is intimidate the pig and it'll attack other people for vicious attacks.
Nice.
So you
Treasure
slap
cards.
Yeah, I do love how they do the game. Plus it has the classic free league. You can, if you fail a roll, you can choose to push and pick a condition.
Right.
Which of course then just gives you disadvantage on anything tied to that stat.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to shoot it over to me.
Yeah, I can shoot some of it to you. They also have the pre-gen characters.
Those I have. Yeah, I have a copy of those.
So I did play around and make a mage, so I wouldn't mind playing that mage if you're good with it.
That's fine.
So yeah, it's a wolfkin mage.
Kelly's in love with the mallards.
Yeah, I was tempted, but I'm like, somebody else will want the mallard, I'm sure. So I made a wolfkin mage with the animist or whatever, the nature like magic.
The one that has the access to heals.
All right, actually, guys, I'm out. I'll catch you later.
All right. I think a couple of them did, I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has heal, but it's more nature-ish animal, like
more druidish.
Some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of more of a shamanish
okay.
wolfkin.
Cool. Then we will make that the plan for the 23rd.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you some of the other stuff then. They should be relatively small, I think. Yeah, a lot of them are small kilobytes. So
Yeah, if they're itty bitty, you can use whichever version.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right. Later,
later.
guys.